So I'm going to give you a story about my 16th birthday. For my 16th birthday, I had my friend Taryn, Sarah, and Jenny, along with my aunt, my cousins, my mom, and my mom's friend Hillary. For the day, I wanted to go down to Newport Beach because that's my favorite place, and it just so happens that my uncle lives there. So he was like, since you're down there, I can treat you to do whatever you want. So we started off by having brunch at the Newport Harbor Yacht Club, which was very special to me. And then we were able to go sailing on his yacht for a couple hours. We were able just to go tanning, drink pina coladas, pretty much just having the time of our lives. When we were on the boat, my mom's friend Hillary gave me my first birthday present out of everyone, and she gave me a pair of Ray-Bans. And as a 16-year-old girl, I would not be able to afford a pair of Ray-Bans by myself. So I was so happy, and since I've been wanting them forever. So pretty much the day was going perfect, and we were ready to go back to my uncle's house to have pizza. As we went back to my uncle's house, everyone was singing me happy birthday, we were going swimming, going in the jacuzzi, and everyone realized that Hillary, my mom's friend, was actually really, really drunk. She was drinking all day by herself, just, getting wasted, just enjoying herself. And she was being very loud, obnoxious, just annoying. And by that time, everyone was tired, some people were actually really drunk, so we decided we should pack up all our stuff and it would be a good time to go home. While we were driving home, all of a sudden, it was me and my friends in my car and my mom and Hillary. And Hillary all of a sudden just got very upset all of a sudden, just started yelling and cussing at everyone. And me and my friends kind of just looked at each other like, we don't really know what to say and we don't know what to do. So my mom tried to calm her, she was just drunk, but she couldn't do that. So she called my aunt and was like, hey, Hillary is really drunk, so I think it's best if she switches cars and goes off with you so my friends don't have to hear and deal with it. So when we got off the freeway, Hillary kind of realized that my mom wanted her to switch cars, so that even got her more mad. She started yelling at her, Danielle, you're such a bitch, you're such a horrible friend, I can't believe you. And at that point, I was just like, oh, hell no. So I got out of the car myself, and I was like, don't you dare talk to my mom like that. And at that point, I knew that was a mistake because she pushed me against the car, and she started yelling at me that I was a bitch and what a horrible kid I was. And I was like, oh, okay. So she started yelling at me to give her back her sunglasses, and I was like, oh, great. I didn't even want to deal with her, so I just gave her back her sunglasses. I knew that it wasn't even worth it, so I just got back into the car. While we were driving home, my aunt called my mom again and put Hillary on the speakerphone so we could hear everything what she was saying. Hillary was saying that she wanted to pretty much kill my mom and strangle her and attack her as soon as she saw her. Me and my friends were pretty much just in shock because we have never seen the side of her before. So my mom thought it would be best to call her husband so her husband would be waiting for her to pick her up when we got back to my house. As soon as we got back to my house, Hillary opened the door and ran up the street and started chasing after my mom. And my mom, just kind of shocked, just didn't know what to do. But luckily, her husband was already there, so he grabbed her and put her in the car, and they drove off. Everyone just kind of had a sigh of relief because they kind of realized it was kind of over. But out of nowhere, we saw the car turn back around the corner. The car was screeching. Hillary took control of the wheel and went up the curb of my house. She opened the door, jumped out, and rolled and started running after all of us again. All of us just kind of panicked, and we all ran inside the house, and I called the cops. I called the cops and said, hey, this drunk lady is kind of after my family, so we don't really know what to do. But by the time the cops got there, Hillary was already long gone. But unfortunately, by the time the cops got there, my friend's parents were there to pick up all my friends. And I didn't really know how I was supposed to explain to all my friends' parents that my house is surrounded by cops the first time that many of them were over. I was like, oh great, none of my friends are ever going to be able to come over to my house again. But now actually, Sarah was one of my friends that was there, and we're still best friends today. And my mom never talked to Hillary again, even though she gets a few strange phone calls every once a year, still yelling at her. I don't know why, she's psychotic. And even though my mom lost one of her friends, me and Sarah kind of know that day is like a start of our many crazy adventures together. So that was the story of my 16th birthday.